And welcome back to more Animal Crossing New Horizons. Last time we finished up the festival event, so this time we're going to go over some of the things added in the 1.8.0 update that just launched. As usual, we have a letter here. I already picked up the item actually. Thank you for downloading the update. We'd like to give you a present to show our appreciation. Please remember to keep an eye out for future updates as well. The item for downloading this update is the Mushroom Mural, so let's head inside and see what this is like. So, as expected, this is Mario themed. I like how it's animated actually, with the piranha plants and the coin and the block lighting up. Interestingly enough, this update adds in Mario items, but they're actually not available until March. So this is kind of just to give you a little taste of what the Mario theme is going to be like before the actual items become available. There are also special seasonal items as well throughout March, but some are available now. Over here we have the Hina Ningyo for Hinamatsuri. There are apparently 2 items for this event. Apparently one is available on even numbered days, and one is available on odd numbered days. On this day celebrated across Japan, families wish for their girls to grow up healthy and happy. Many will decorate their homes with dolls representing the wedding of an emperor and empress seated between Bonbori lanterns. So if I'm not mistaken, I think the lanterns are going to be a separate item as well. But yeah, we'll have to check back later to see the other item. I'll most likely buy both and then show them off when we check back in a couple days when the Mario furniture launches. So, in addition to Hinamatsuri, there are other seasonal events as well. Notably, Pi Day apparently is going to be having some kind of item, along with St. Patrick's Day. Like before, St. Patrick's Day used to be a major festival in Animal Crossing New Leaf, but in this game it's being lumped into the Nook Shopping app. It's kind of a shame, but I kind of get why, instead of having to make a separate holiday for all these different events. It kind of makes sense for this sort of more global setting game to have everything kind of thrown into the shop without having to basically design custom events for everything. Again, it's a little bit less charming, but it is practical for getting everything. In addition to those items, the big deal is the Mario items, including clothes and furniture. Most notably, there will be a warp pipe item that will actually work. So you can place 2 and actually use them as warp points throughout your island. If you have more than 2, it'll randomly pick one of the warp pipes to go to. So that's honestly really cool. I'm curious to see what people will try to do with these items, because there's a lot of potential to create like islands that are kind of separated, not by like that are separated by water, but not connected by bridges, and still have everything be fully traversable using warps. So I'm curious to see what people can actually pull off with these new items. Mario furniture has been a staple of the series for a while in the GameCube games. I'm pretty sure I remember using a lot of the event codes, because Nook would actually take passcodes to get special items, and I remember getting all of the Mario stuff that way. So I actually have a lot of nostalgia for that furniture set, because I had a room of it in the GameCube game. In later games, the Mario items were given away in different ways, so I'm pretty sure in New Leaf, as an example, the fortune cookies gave Nintendo items, including Mario-themed items like, like a Toad hat or like a Wario mustache and things like that. I feel like it's kind of a shame that the fortune cookies have not come back, because that's such a great way to introduce items, and kind of encourage playing like once a day. I mean, there's this fortune cookie item if you link up Pocket Camp, but those aren't actual fortune cookie items to use, like in New Leaf. And yeah, all of those, or most of those, were Nintendo themed, like an R-Wing, the Master Sword, a Wii U after the Welcome Amiibo update that actually worked and unlocked the Desert Island Escape mode from Amiibo Festival, which kind of made Amiibo Festival completely obsolete because that was the mode everyone cared about in that game. There was also a new 3DS that unlocked a Panel Depon, or Tetris Attack, or Puzzle League style mode. So yeah, there was a lot from the fortune cookies, and it is nice to see some of the Nintendo items slowly get reintroduced. I have a feeling Zelda items will be added in. The way Nintendo handles anniversaries is really weird, because even if an anniversary is early in the year, they tend to actually celebrate the anniversary towards the end of the fiscal year, obviously for Christmas. So like, even though Zelda's anniversary is February, the actual anniversary celebrations always happen in like September through December. So like Skyward Sword originally and Skyward Sword now are both releasing well past the anniversary, but they're still kind of like celebratory. So if Zelda items get added back in, there are a few things I would like to see. And this actually will work really well to segue into another topic. I hope if they do a Zelda update, they add in the missing villagers from the amiibo. So there were special villagers. There was Epona, Ganon, Medley, and Wolf-Link. So if you had those amiibo and scanned them in, you would actually get special villagers based on those characters. Like if you scanned, Link, you'd get Wolf-Link. If you scanned, I think, Sheik, you'd get Epona. I may be misremembering, that might have actually been Medley, but either way, you would get special villagers by scanning Zelda amiibo. So I really hope that they actually make it so you can actually get the Zelda villagers if they eventually do like a Zelda update for Animal Crossing, which I think is likely. I think it would be next year, like early next year, maybe ironically, by the time of the next anniversary for Zelda. Again, with how fiscal years work, it might be like winter. But I would like to see the Zelda furniture reintroduced. I would like to see the Zelda villagers reintroduced. And with like Splatoon 3 coming out, it's kind of like a weird situation of like, there are special villagers for Callie and Marie. Those amiibo have been out of print since Splatoon 1. I should know because those are amiibo I passed up and then deeply regretted it because of both New Leaf and Splatoon 2, because they give gear. In Splatoon 1, Callie and Marie just basically take the plaza and present it in like the Splatfest state of them performing. So yeah, I do wish I had picked up those amiibo. I hope they reprint them for Splatoon 3 actually, but I don't think it's likely. But yeah, on the subject of amiibo though, it has also been announced that they will be reprinting the Sanrio collaboration amiibo cards. This is a big deal because they were only released in Japan for New Leaf, but they are finally releasing internationally, and I think today actually they released a video showing that you'll be able to unlock special Sanrio items, like Hello Kitty themed furniture and outfits and things like that. They're Target exclusive. I hope I can actually find them because I actually want them, one, because the items look cool, and two, it's kind of a piece of unique gaming history in a way, having these Japan-only items finally available. There's sort of a novelty to it. I feel like a lot of times when I collect video game things, novelty plays a big role in that. I think the best example right now is Scott Pilgrim, which is like, I've never seen the movie, I've never read the books, I only basically know the premise and some of the actors who are in the movie, but the game has such a history to it that makes it more intriguing to me than it would be otherwise. And also the game is apparently really good as well, so that helps. So yeah, if I can pick up these amiibo cards, I would love to show them off because of how rare they are, and how much of a history they have. So we'll see. If I manage to pick them up, obviously we'll have plenty to show off in the end of March. In the meantime though, because the Mario items don't become available beyond the mural until March 1st, and we still need to pick up the other item in this set, I think the next time we check in with our town will be the 1st. I'll show off the 2 Hinamatsuri items, and then pick up the Mario items as well, or at least show them in the shop. And then at some later time, probably once I get them all, I'll show them in my town. But also in March, because we're finally moving into spring, you might have noticed the snow is gone, so no more snowmen. Instead, we do have Bamboo. I did skip the Isabelle greeting because of a recording mishap, but basically all she had to say is that we can get the young spring Bamboo again. So yeah, beyond that, if you have not collected all the Bamboo stuff, now is the time to do so, because it's in season, at least in the northern hemisphere. So yeah, basically there are a lot of seasonal events throughout the next month. There's the Amiibo card re-release, which is really cool. I still wish I could have gotten more of the actual mainline Amiibo cards. I have none of my favorite villagers. Like there's Mitzi, Cube, Kiki, trying to think of some others, like, there's another penguin, Aurora? There's like Bob. There's a lot of villagers I would love to have their Amiibo cards for, but I never found them. It's like real life gacha, and I have bad gacha luck as is, as someone who plays like Fire Emblem. So trying to get the exact card I want from a pack of 6 is not likely. So I never really got too invested with Amiibo card collecting. But I really wish I had stumbled upon the characters I most like. So yeah, with the Sanrio cards, I hope they're not too rare. They're rare at the moment because they're Japan only. So hopefully their value might go down a little bit, even though obviously there's still some novelty to owning a Japanese set of these cards. I don't know if that's actually going to require a separate update. So for example, like if you have the Japanese set, if you scan them now, would you get those items now? I'm not sure how this exactly works, because I didn't watch the full trailer. Yeah, Hello Kitty is something I'm kind of always been aware of. I like the aesthetic of Hello Kitty a lot, so I would like these items, and the furniture sets look really cool, and the outfits. Yeah, beyond that, there wasn't a ton in this update, and I actually have a theory about that. This update released a little bit earlier than expected. I think they said March for this update, but it released February instead. I kind of have a theory that they basically carved out the seasonal stuff for this update and released it now because, well, one, they wanted all the seasonal items to be available, like the Hinamatsuri stuff, and two, I kind of wonder if there was something bigger planned for this update that had to be pushed back, because this is the first update trailer that did not give a release window for the next update. The letter from the download did say, like, stay tuned for the next update, which might just be the same dialogue as ever. It might not mean anything, but it might indicate that they are still planning to update the game, but basically, whatever the next update is, it's kind of far out, and I almost wonder if, yeah, basically this was going to be a really big update for March. Something that was supposed to be in the March update was taking a while for whatever reason. They cut that part out, and then just released the seasonal and the Mario stuff for this update. And then, like, in April or May, we'll actually get, like, something really big. This is very much wishful thinking at this point. But yeah, I do find it a little bit odd that this update released, like, a week before March, when they said March. In general, I do feel like the updates have been on time, surprisingly, consistently. Also, I need to figure out something to do with these two snowmen, because they're kind of out of place at the moment. But yeah, the updates have been relatively on time, and I feel like that's because Nintendo has basically been doing things, where they basically only plan what they know they can finish on time. And I do wonder if that's why certain updates have been a little bit lacking since launch. Like, the first couple updates felt really big, and then they got kind of smaller over time. And I do wonder if it's because to meet that original release window, they had to downsize it and move some things to the back burner for later. And this could be a case where this was supposed to be a March update. That part would take too long to even release in March, so they released what they had now because this part was done for the holiday stuff. Again, entirely speculation. So yeah, I'm curious to see when the next update will be, when it'll even be announced, since we don't even have any idea of when this will be. But I feel like it's safe to say that they didn't say that this would be the last update. Like with Mario Maker, they made it very clear when the last update would be. So I don't think the game is done, but I think it might be a while, or a case where they're not entirely sure themselves of when this next update will be. For us, though, the next video will be March 1st. So I think that's about all I had to say for now. So let's wrap things up for now. Thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for more Animal Crossing New Horizons.